If you have a confession that you just want to get off your chest, feel free to write it in the comments. However, I understand if not, all right? Because Reddit might be another place, a better place. It's anonymous. I ain't got nothing, all right? Any confessions I have are gonna be right up here, right? Cheers. I hope you're having a good day. Don't forget to hydrate. If you haven't taken a sip of water today, it comes from love. Drink your water. We need it. It's good for us. Cheers. Now, while we're hopping on the hydration station, choo-choo, I am going to put out a trigger warning because Reddit confessions, I've done videos before, some of them pretty disturbing content. I don't know what's gonna be in this video, so I'm just letting y'all know. If there's children around, this and that, I don't know what the content's gonna be, okay? So trigger warning. On a more positive note though, you guys, thanks again for all the support on the Y2K. I love seeing the comments. I also love seeing the purchases come through. It makes my heart so freaking happy. And I just want to see you guys in the products. Like if you have it, please tag me in a picture. I want to see it on you. I want to see the splitters on your body. Not in a creepy way. Did I cheers? In case I didn't, I slept with my girlfriend's dad. I already have so many questions. Me and my girlfriend have had a pretty rocky relationship for several months, often fighting. She rarely gets physical, but when she does, it's bad. I've many times found myself going to her parents' house since they treat me so well, and I've gotten close with her dad. I'm not going to go into detail, but I ended up in bed with my girlfriend's dad, and honestly, I don't feel bad. Well then, she threw a flower pot at my face the other day, and her dad told me stories from her childhood where she was very violent and impulsive. The intimacy with him was great, way better than with her. Oh my God. I know I sound like scum, but I couldn't give less of a F. Please don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel about it. Okay, so someone commented. So many questions. How long were you together? How long did you know her parents? How did your conversation with him lead to you two being in bed together? Are you male or female? And lastly, are you planning to tell her? Holy smokes. This is juicy. We got an answer. I'll answer simply. We were together for 2 years, but I've known her dad for 5 years due to him working at the same company as me. Basically, me and him were talking about my girlfriend, and I started mildly insinuating I was dissatisfied with our intimacy life. He talked about his sexual frustration as well. And it just happened, you know. No, I don't just, you know. And yes, I am planning to tell her once me and her dad talk about it first. I'm male. I don't know what I was expecting from this video, but I was not expecting that. Reddit confessions are just wild. This girlfriend is gonna be in for a whole world of emotion. Boyfriend cheated, that's gonna hurt. With father, that's gonna be traumatizing. And obviously it is a male on male intimacy, which could be alarming for the family and the wife if that's never been, you know, discussed or talked about or known about. And then I'm thinking about the wife, like the mother, your husband who you've known maybe to be straight, had intimacy and cheated on you with your daughter's boyfriend. You can't make this up. Do they get worse from here? How do they get worse?
Oh, my sweet summer child.
I like to think that the raspberry bits in the yogurts are tiny pieces of a... I don't even want to read that. Are tiny bits of a dead fetus. Like, do we need an explanation? Honestly, the thought of it just makes me eat the yogurt even more, even though I know they're raspberry bits. I have my fridge stocked with the yogurts and I'm about to go down and get one now, LOL. LOL, there is no one laughing out loud about this. That makes me like physically ill. All I'm thinking about is Jeffrey Dahmer. That's not even being funny. That's not even exaggerating. I'm not like, a funny meme joke. No, I am so concerned. This is why I'm never going on Reddit confessions. I'm not. I stole from a church. Well, you know what? This so far has been the easiest one to digest so far. So, yippee. When I was about 12 or 13, me and my brother and a few friends was out and we got hungry and thirsty and not having any money. We went to the local church and stole out of the donation box. Oh my God. It was around 15 pounds. I only got around 3 pounds of it, but I've always felt guilty since. I'm not religious, but I feel bad for doing it. Later in life, I went to find that church, to replace the 15 pounds we took years earlier and to give 5 pounds over. But the church was gone, so I've never got to put right what I did wrong. I think I will now have to go to my nearest church and donate the 20 pounds to get rid of my guilt and right my wrongs. You know what? We gotta give a round of applause after what we just read, okay? What a breath of fresh air. You did something bad, you know it's wrong, and now you wanna make a wrong right somehow. And you're like, okay, you know what? I wanna make this as right as possible for what I did. And you feel remorse, which is a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing, because I feel a lot of trauma right now after what we just read. So that just put a little pep in my step, even though you stole from a church. I really love boobs. I'm gonna say, I love it. I'm gonna say yabos in replace because this might get flagged here on YouTube. So I like to refer to them as yabos. I really love yabos and it's taking a toll on my life. I'm a teen guy. All I can think of is yabos. Whenever I see a girl in the back of my mind, I'm trying not to look at her yabos. I literally have to stare above the person's head because I'm afraid I will look at yabos. It's literally someone I can't avoid anymore because women like to leave their cleavage out. I don't know, I'm losing my mind. I'm only laughing because they're a teen guy, and obviously I can't relate to this in the sense that I've never been a teen male, but this just sounds pretty normal from what I've heard from men, especially teenage men, when your hormones and your body and you're experiencing these things. And I'm sure yabos are very exciting. And I believe that's probably what you thought about as a teen male. You're thinking about boobies. Men, pipe in here. I mean, keep it PG in my comments so we don't get shut down, but are yabos still as exciting as an adult as they are when you're a teen? I pleasure myself, well, thank you for using the words so censored, to pictures of my distant cousin. I have here we go, even better. I have a loving wife and we are both exhibitionists to a degree. Everything is great. Intimacy life, great. Family life, great. But this distant cousin of mine, she is hot as hell. And ever since I met her 10 years ago, I can't help but pleasure myself to her Instagram pics where she is gorgeous. Haven't made any moves on her and I can see that she likes me too. Well, if you really want an answer, to me, distant cousin, that's still a cousin, still feels very inappropriate. Also, you're married, maybe do that to pictures of your wife. I don't know, has me wondering is the intimacy life that great if you're needing to do this to somebody else? That's just, I don't understand. I sneak out and steal stuff when my family thinks I'm some sweet, loving, caring, innocent girl. It's always the quiet ones. So when I started living in my apartment, there were a lot of substance dealers and the cops would show up about twice a month and it wasn't good. My mom got her job here and nothing would ever happen with her. I would hang out with friends a lot and just chill when one of my friends and me both got into vaping. That's when the sneaking out started to happen because we would sneak out and vape together. Soon she quit, but I didn't. After that, it was substances and drinking and substances and drinking. Party central. I soon started to steal stuff from my parents, like money, alcohol, and most important, cigars. From now on, my parents still don't know I do this. This just feels like a diary entry. It's just a kid confessing their wrongs and what they're doing. They want to get it off their chest, but they don't necessarily want to stop either. Lie from mom to nanny. Sometimes I tell my nanny I've been in meetings all day when really I took the day off and I've been sleeping and watching TV. Oh, mom. I feel like there should be no shame in that, mom. Bless you. Bless all parents, not just moms. I'm only saying moms because we're talking about moms, but dads too. Any parent Bless you. It's not easy. I can only imagine. Mom, you should have no shame going to your nanny and saying, hey, can you just work today? You know what? I don't even have work. I just need a day. I need a day off. I need to sleep and I just want to watch my shows. You need a self-care day. Y'all lived around me. I would nanny for you for a day, for you to have a day off. Always. I always tell my girlfriends when I'm in my hometown, some of my kids are starting to have babies. And I always tell my girlfriend, I'm like, girl, you want a date night with hubby? You need a night off. You could be upstairs watching your favorite show. I'll be down here with baby. You deserve some time off. No shame. No shame. My boyfriend gifted me used lingerie and lied about it. Used? Like thrifted? Or like ex-girlfriend? Because that's where my mind's going. My 29 female ex, you're 29. You're a 29 female and your ex is a 30 male. My ex and I started talking again in January after living across the street for years, 4 years. He was with another girl. He gifted me what he told me were 2 new lingerie sets from Amazon for Valentine's Day. I was suspicious of the packaging for the first one, but then weeks went by, he didn't give me the second one. 2 weeks later, he pulls it out of his washer and says, I went ahead and washed it for you. Like, no, it was already suspicious. You never gave it to me. 2 days before Valentine's, I gifted plushies to his son and flowers to him. Finally, today, he admits he bought them for someone else after asking me about that set having been used with another girl for several days and him lying about it. He treated his ex of 4 years so well that he gave her gifts and he never gave me anything. I've been in so many relationships and I've never been gifted as much as a bouquet of flowers. What am I doing wrong in this life that I deserve to be given leftovers and minimum effort? Oh honey, you're just with the wrong people. It's simple. It has nothing to do with your worth or what you deserve. You're just with the wrong person. I just really need to know, was the lingerie used? Like, did he buy them and they were still in the package and never gave them to ex-girlfriend and now he's like, oh, a re-gift, but they're brand new? But the fact that he washed them? Bro. I hate the sound of my mother's laughter. Oh my God. What a random thing to go on Reddit and write a paragraph about. Like, that must really bother you. It sounds horrible. And I know it is. I love my mother. She's an incredible woman and takes care of me to every extent. I would do anything and everything to ensure her happiness. You have a funny way of showing that. It's just that her laugh drives me insane. It's repetitive, like an effing hyena over and over and over again. Every other person I've heard laugh has changed in their laugh patterns. I have an itch in my ears, but not her. It brings me so much guilt that I feel like I want to claw my skin off every time she experiences joy. But I just can't stand it. When my mother watches a comedy, I have to shut myself in my room with my earbuds in at max volume. I hate it. It makes me want to bite myself and thrash. Okay. And it makes me feel like my skin is wrong. I have no effing clue why. It feels like I'm going insane. It does feel like you're going a little bit insane. It makes you want to bite yourself and thrash. Like the sound of someone's laugh can have that effect on you. I feel like there's more to it. I think I'm in love with my best friend's ex-girlfriend. Oh boy. A few months ago, my best friend, let's call him Bob, he was seeing his girl and was madly in love with her. He thought she was marriage material. Then a few months later, she tells him that she, let's call her Beatrice, Bob and Beatrice, doesn't love him, but still wants to be friends. Bob was very hurt and upset, and they don't really talk to each other anymore, and he was really hurt over it. I had to help him and console him and everything. I've known Beatrice a long time now, and we've always been good friends. But lately, as I start to hang out with her, because I try to be friends with both of them, I start to notice that maybe I have feelings for her, but how do I tell her? How would Bob feel? How would she feel? Or should I just not say anything about it? Ooh, guys, we gotta pitch in here. We gotta chime in here. What would you do? What do you do in that situation? I understand the whole, you can't help who you like, this and that. You were friends with her beforehand, that is a very significant point to point out. You've known her for a long time. You were friends with her before they started dating. You've been friends with both of them. That's tricky. It'd be different if you didn't know her, like if she was never a friend to you, but also that's your best friend and they dated. Bob is gonna be hurt. You already know that. You either don't say anything, but also don't pursue anything and move on and crush your feelings somehow, or you be honest with Bob and you sit Bob down, you tell him, hey, this is what I'm feeling when I'm hanging around her. How do you feel? Whatever. But either way, I think, you know, I don't get the feeling that Bob's gonna be like, dude, go for it, man. Just go ahead and date her. I'll give you my full blessing. So, like, what do you do? All right, y'all. Well, if you got anything to confess, let's keep it PG compared to what we've read today, okay? For the sake of this channel together. I'm out of here, though. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.